Yo, are we live, man? Are we live? Are we live? I guess we're live. What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Bean, and welcome back to another show, another video, and a brand new episode. And of course, you know you're now rocking with the best. Word up. So, sorry about that. I got this free soundboard, so they throwing up ads on me. But you're now rocking with the best, and I'm glad that you're here. And we're going to get this thing crunk. We're going to get it crunk. You hear, y'all? We going to get it crunk in here. Word up. So, I know a lot of y'all saying, Bean, you crazy. You're a crazy guy, man. You one crazy guy. So, I want to apologize for yesterday because okay. Hold on. I was hearing myself in the headphones. Sorry, I was trying something different. And it didn't work. So I hopefully, I'm just trying to make sure I can, hear the comments at least. We'll see the comments. Anyway, sorry about the long delay and sorry about all that, the technical difficulties. I guess I should have tried this out before I even got on here. So today, sorry about I have to apologize about yesterday. I was supposed to have the show up yesterday. I didn't do it. The reason why I keep doing the show every week is because of one word: discipline. Discipline. I know there's not a lot of people watching right now. I know there's not a lot of people who pay attention to me live. Some of y'all catch me on the on the rebroadcast, and I really appreciate that. Don't take it. Don't take what I'm saying wrong. I'm not saying it to belittle anybody or just to say I'm not appreciative. I am. See, I always try to talk to people like I'm talking to 10,000 people, man, because one day I may be talking to 10,000 people at one time. Who knows? But yesterday, I didn't get on yesterday because I was like, I guess like everybody on that challenge of the Kiki challenge or whatever that thing is, whatever the song is by Drake. And he got that song, I'm in my feelings. I was in my feelings yesterday. Let me tell you why I was in my feelings. I was in my feelings yesterday because I went out to the Mayo Clinic, as I have been doing for this past month. And what I'm doing out in the Mayo Clinic, I'm trying to see if I can become a candidate for a kidney transplant. So that's mainly what I'm doing. So, out there at the Mayo Clinic, let me tell you something. The Mayo Clinic is fantastic. The way they treat you there, it's like this. It's like twofold. It's like being on a college campus. That's how beautiful campus is. And being at a 5-star hotel at the same time. Everything is lovely. It's stuff I'm not used to. Let's say, for an example, you have to draw blood. They have to draw blood from you. Like they had to do that a couple of times, get a couple of labs from me. And when they draw labs, like if let's say you get an appointment at 7 a.m., most places at most hospitals, if you got to be there at 7 a.m., that means you're gonna have to wait at least like 45 minutes at a minimum to be seen. You know what I mean? For them to get labs, and no telling how long it's going to be once you get back there. You know what I'm saying? I got back there. I was in and out in like 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the most. Every appointment I got to was either I got in early or I got in there on time, and it wasn't in there for a long time. And they are thorough about your healthcare there. But the people there are so nice. The doctors there are nice. The staff is there is really nice. So, sorry, I'm trying to mess with my headphones right now because I can't hear anything in my headphones. Turn me up in my headphones. There we go. Sorry if you hear all that. But the staff there is really, really nice. I can't even explain it. I was just noticing little things. Like when I was at the hospital, I was walking back out to my car, out to the parking lot. And I walked by this parking lot. And on this parking lot, the whole parking lot, it's a huge parking lot, is only dedicated to people who are handicapped. You can't park in that parking lot unless you are handicapped. I said, wow, what hospital does that? You know what I'm saying? What hospital does that? They gave me an itinerary to go around and let me know what time my appointments are going to be and what time I have to be there and all that, right? So on the itinerary, I thought I read something wrong. I thought I did. I read something wrong. It said, do not show up for your appointment more than 30 minutes before time. I was like, that can't be right. It must be a misprint. So I was at one of my appointments and I was sitting there just waiting to be seen. And somebody at the information desk got up and said, hey, has anybody in here? That's a whole bunch of people in there. Has anybody in here been waiting more than 30 minutes for their appointment? And I was sitting there like, wow, what hospital does that? If you show up 30 minutes or an hour earlier for your appointment, they don't ask you not to show up 30 minutes before your appointment. They don't sit there and just say, hey, they just let you sit there. If you sit there for 2 hours, you sit there for 2 hours. Man, I'm telling you, the Mayo Clinic is no joke. Only bad part about it, I had to drive an 80-mile round trip. It's 40 miles there from my house to that place there and back. So it's 80-mile round trip ticket. Round trip for me and my car. That's pretty much what it was. Just a long way out. It's way out, and from where I live at, it's way out in Ponte Vedra Beach. So it's and again, Ponte Vedra Beach is where they hold the TPC. It's in Jacksonville. It's near Jacks Beach. So anyway, it was a lovely time. But yesterday I was in my feelings because yesterday was supposed to be a short day for me. So I was supposed to go have an appointment about 9 a.m. My last appointment was supposed to be at 10:30. So I'm like, I can get home before it got there 1 o'clock and enjoy the rest of the day. I'm gonna have a pretty easy day. I can kind of do whatever I want to do. So like 5 minutes before I actually walked in the building, so I got to the building about probably about 8:30 before I got down to the Mayo building. They called me on the phone and said, "Hey, Mr. Brown, yo, we got another appointment we want you to go to." And that's at 1:45. I said, 1:45. I was like, that's the earliest we can get you. I said, oh man. So okay, I'll kill some time. I'll figure it out. I'll go down and have lunch down in the cafeteria, which the cafeteria is lovely. Go down to the cafeteria, and I'm like, yo, I'll go down here. It's mad lovely. It spends time, excuse to eat lunch. So I do all that. As I go to my appointments, they added another appointment in between my 10:30 appointment. They had me another appointment to go get some labs done. So I went and got labs done. Then went down there and had lunch. Then I went back upstairs to the Davis building, and I'm going in there to see this appointment. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and waiting. This is one of the few times. One time. This is the only time they really. Well, let me back up a little bit. Even before I went to there, so I was just walking around the campus and seeing what I could see because there's a gator out there. Out there in one of the ponds they got out there. I was looking for that gator. If you follow me on Twitter, you seen some of the pictures I've put up there. You can go check some of those pictures out. I was looking for the gator. I still didn't never seen the gator. There's a gator in that pond, but I was looking for it. That's what we do. That's what we country boys do around here. We look for gators. Look for gators, boy. We look for gators. Yes, sir. We look for them gators. No, we're the home of the Florida Gators, up here in Northeast Florida. So anyway, I didn't find it, but they told me there was rumors that there was a pianist that plays in the lobby for people. So I'm over there in the Kennedy building, and that's where I have to go get my labs done. So I'm at the Kennedy building. I go in there and I hear music. It's like, dang, where's this music? I smell food first. Of course, big boy like me smell food first. So then I go in there. It's like, yo, I hear music playing. So I thought it was just the speakers. I turn to the right. When I look to the right, there's actual penis playing in the lobby for the people. Now there's sick people around. Like there are people in wheelchairs and all this other stuff, older Americans. They're sitting there and they're enjoying the music. She's singing, she's playing. Somebody else was singing. I said, this is amazing. Then I looked over a little bit, and there was somebody in there painting pictures for people. Like they took paint, they're just doing painting for patients. I was like, wow. I said, what hospital does that? I'm just blown away. I'm blown away by Mayo. Mayo Clinic is by far the best experience I ever had going down to a hospital. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. I think if every hospital would do like Mayo and treat patients like patients instead of treating them like customers, I think everybody care would be a whole lot better. But anyway, so I go back up there ready for my appointment. So I had to wait till about 2 o'clock for them to see me. So when I get in there, I'm like, oh yeah, good. This can be over with quick and go home. That's what I'm thinking. I want to get back on the road before the traffic get out there. So then they told me to go back in the lobby and sit and wait because the doctor's running behind. I was like, God damn. So I'm mad now because I'm ready to go home. I was like, yo, I should have been home before 1 o'clock. I'm like, the whole day is just slipping away from me. It's slipping away. It's oh my God. So I said, well, fine. I missed out most of the day. You know what I do? I get home before this traffic gets out here, so I get home before that. So then we talked to the doc. Doc's telling me the same thing what they had told me on Thursday. I said, y'all had me come to this appointment for the same thing y'all tell me on Thursday. I know it's a good thing for me to be there. But I'm the type of person, if you tell me one time, I don't need to talk about it 4 or 5 times. You know. But I understand they're doing their job. They're trying to make sure I get the best care possible. I get it. This is me being a brat, really. So then they sent me down there to get more lab work done, and I sat in that lobby for approximately 45 minutes before they finally see me. And then when they finally see me, it took them about 30 minutes to draw some blood because the lady was just running around like a chicken with her head cut off. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to go home. I didn't leave out there till 4:30. And then I got in that traffic and it started raining. In case y'all don't know, in Northeast Florida, it's been raining almost practically every day, which is normal for the summertime. But the rain we've been accumulated from last year around April to now has been ridiculous. We get rain every single day. And that's not even a joke. I mean, that's not even a joke. Not even because it's the rainy season now, but this has been like this over the winter. It's just been wet. And we don't get like little showers. We get drenching storms. That's what we get here in Florida. I hear myself. Sorry about that. I was hearing myself again in my headphones. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. So, anyway, oh, my ears are itching. So, I get in that traffic, and it's taking me probably about what should take me probably approximately 45 minutes to get home. It's taking me about 2 hours to get home because it was bumper to bumper traffic on JTB, that's J Turner Butler, going on 295. It was just like, I hate this. I really hate this. I hate this traffic. I wanted to avoid this. So last night when I got home, I ate. I was complaining, talking to my friends. I was talking to one of my female friends, and she's like, Bean, just calm down. You don't have to go back out there for another couple of weeks. It was a good thing they did, whatever. I said, yeah, but I was hot. I was so mad when I got home because my whole day was gone. My whole day was gone. So I took a nap, got up, and then I still was mad. I said, I ain't doing the show tonight. So that's why I didn't do the show last night. It's a long story. Just to say I just didn't do the show last night. So if you were looking for it, that's why it wasn't. But most people I knew you guys weren't looking for it. So anyway, now get on to today's topic, and what's really drawing me to this topic today, and what I really want to talk about. And I'm going to start off with your president, your favorite chief, number 45. Come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5. Remember, Jordan came back wearing the 4-5. He had to go put back on the 2-3. Donald John Trump. I know if you're here for video games, I'm not talking about a lot of video games today. We'll get to some video game topics today. But you know what? Life is more than about video games. And besides, I want the kids to listen, but not really. I'm an adult, so I'm looking for other feedback. And I know there's sometimes this topic nobody really wants to talk. Nobody likes to talk religion and politics. They just don't. They're taboo subjects. That's the problem with it. You should talk about them. Everybody's going to have a difference of opinion about them. So I think it's best to talk about them than not talk about them, because the ones who are talking about them seem like to be doing them are just doing them. And they're getting away with a lot of stuff. So I'm going to state for the record again, in case you guys didn't know, you didn't understand, even haven't heard me before. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am an independent. As a black man, I grew up thinking I was supposed to be a Democrat because that's what my family was. And that's all I saw most black people gravitate to, was being Democratic values. And everything it's been taught in school about the Democrats. But as I got older, I realized my views on life and are more conservative, falls in line with the conservative values. So I said I wanted to be a Republican, but I couldn't be a Republican because the real Republicans, the really real Republicans, I ain't talking about you saying, hey, I'm a Republican. The really real Republicans, they're hypocrites. They say, hey, I don't like X, Y, and Z. They end up doing X, Y, and Z. They're very hypocritical, and I don't like them. So I'm an independent. I don't trust neither party. I don't trust either one of the parties. I don't like the Democratic Party for what they've done with black people. Is more like with when I say with my people, with black people, it seems like they are the party who it's the reason why I didn't like Hillary Clinton. There's a reason why I like Hillary Clinton for president, not because she's a woman, because they do this like any politician. Trump did it too. They go, they only seem to care about black causes and anything affecting the black communities or minority communities when it's time for election. And again, I state this point. What really pissed me off with Hillary Clinton, I seen her. She went on the Breakfast Club and did an interview with Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and your boy DJ Envy. And she came out there. This was back when Beyonce dropped that Lemonade album, and she had too much. She pulled out a hot sauce out of her bag, right? So yeah, I walk around with my hot sauce in my bag. I say, really? You're disrespecting black people and black culture. You know you don't have hot sauce in your goddamn bag. I would have believed it more if Chelsea would have said it, but not Hillary. Not Hillary. So I think it was being disrespectful to black people. I couldn't stand it. Now, when it comes to voting, I didn't even vote this last election. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't. Everybody complains to you and say, hey, you should have voted. What these people died for you to vote, but there was no choice for me. If I was going to vote for anybody, to be honest, for president, it would have been Bernie Sanders. Because I believe him more than I believe Trump and Hillary. So there was no choice for me to vote. Well, you should have just, I know you're saying, well, you see what we got with Trump and you about to complain about Trump. Yeah. I didn't want Hillary in office either. I didn't think she represented what I believed in. I didn't think she represented what a lot of people believe in. So I don't really care about it. We didn't really have a choice. If you follow politics at all, there was the Democratic National Committee they've even come out and said they purposely buried Bernie Sanders. The national media, CNN, Fox, and MSNBC, they were all for burying Bernie Sanders. CNN, CNBC did not want Bernie Sanders to be on the panel when they're debating against Hillary Clinton. They didn't want it. Their management team was telling them to bury Bernie Sanders, not even to mention him. They wanted Hillary Clinton there. Fox News, of course, they didn't want it because they wanted their man Trump to get in there. They wanted to split the votes. So both sides are corrupt. Both sides are very evil. But we're going to get to the main event, the main guy, the main topic, the El Presidente, Mr. Donald John Trump. Now, if you don't like hearing about politics, hit the exit button. Go ahead and be out, go on your merry way. Keep going with your head in the sand. And keep going with your head in the sand. Keep on pretending like none of this is happening. Because you don't want to offend somebody. Or get tired of politics. You know what? Sometimes stop playing the video game so much. You need to watch some of this, especially if you're an adult. This is affecting your life. The stuff that they do, the policies that they put in, that this Congress and everything that's putting in is affecting your life. So you want to sit there and put your head in the sand and stop complaining. I'm not putting my head in the sand. Why am I talking about this? Because I always want to talk about it. So anyway, Donald J. Trump. This administration has got to be the worst administration I have ever seen in my whole entire life. I miss the time when politics was so boring that you had to make yourself watch it, stay up and watch it. Every day with this administration is always something. Always something. The only time is nothing. It's on the weekend because that fool will go play golf or come down here to Florida to Mar-a-Lago and spend the weekend. Then Monday morning is always something new. Our reality chief tweets so much like a little bitch. He tweets like a little freaking 5-year-old female about stuff, and everything is about fake news. Everything is fake news. So, you know, there's the thing about people who still believe in him because he denies everything so much. You know, most of the time, if people accuse you of something wrong, some wrongdoing, that you deny it if you're innocent. You keep denying, you keep protesting so much. But it's like Shakespeare said, those protest too much. I can't remember how the saying goes. And he says everybody's lying. Everybody's fake news. Everything's fake news. There's nothing real. And I agree with it. Some of it is fake news. And it's run by this corporate media and donors. People who got their own agendas to get across. They do have that. If you don't, it's not meant for the public to see, but if you go do some digging, you will see. If you follow the money, you'll find the truth, right? They always say that. Come on, Mike. All right. My mic is just acting stupid right now. Stay still. There you go. So yeah, if you follow the money, you'll find the truth. But this guy Trump, I keep telling y'all people, he's not one of the mass. He's not one of us. Of course, he's not a black man. Of course, he's not black at all. But excluding that, he's not one of us. He's not one of the masses of people. He's never been poor in his life. He's never been broke. He never had to make hard choices in life. He never had to choose that. I guarantee you, you've had to choose whether you were going to eat, pay your rent, pay your car note, pay whatever. You had to choose that or buy your medicines. You had to make those choices. Somewhere along the way, you may not have to make them now. You may be off to a better life now, but somehow you had to do it. I guarantee your parents that he didn't have to ever do it. And again, I state to you, this man was given 10, well, not 10. Yeah, this man was given $1 million loan. I think it was $1 million loan. Yeah, he was given $1 million loan when he became 18 by his father. And I say to you, how many of you got of your guys, your parents, did you give $1 million? Did your dad even give you $10 to start your life? Think about that. Think about that for a second. Think about it for a second. You didn't have that kind of opportunity. You didn't have to, he had that. He had that for himself. I'm not knocking anybody for having that. His father was fortunate enough to make all the money. But this guy's never been broke. But not only that, he's a liar. And y'all act like y'all don't see it. It's like the people who support him act like they don't see it. And sometimes I think the media is complicit in this with CNN, Fox, and NBC because they're getting the highest ratings they've ever had since 9/11. I believe that. You may not believe me for saying that, but I believe that. I believe that this is a big money maker for them and the advertisers. This is why this stuff is still going on because everybody's making money except for us, the poor people, the people who this administration is hurting. He's lying to the people who voted for him, saying he's helping them. He's not. When he's talking about, see, a lot of people we've forgotten about Carrier. We're forgetting about Carrier. You know, the air conditioner company they were supposed to save. You know, those jobs still went over to Mexico, and they're still cutting jobs. How Harley Davidson is going overseas now. They had planned on going overseas anyway because of the high, the better tax benefits they get for having their business working overseas. But the tax breaks didn't help small middle America. He's not helping you. Trump is not helping you. Only people he is helping are the rich. And you don't see it. And you're not going to be one of them. That's the thing. You don't understand. You're not going to be one of them. But we're so caught up in this identity politics. We root for the Republicans, or we root for the Democrats because that's what we are. They're our sports teams. Instead of seeing what's right, we sit here and we side with what color we fall on, the red or the blue. They are the real Bloods and the Crips. That's what gang you represent. The Bloods or the Crips, the Democrats or the Republicans. That's what side you ride with them because that's your team. The media, they know this. They got all this split up. Think about this for 1 second. If you will indulge me for 1 second of your time, just listen to what I'm saying here. You don't think the media study this stuff? You don't think psychologists and all this stuff in marketing don't understand this stuff about human behavior? You tell me why CNN is supposed to be basically middle of the road, but they lean left, right? MSNBC is far left. They're far left. What I mean is, no matter what a Republican does, they're going to discredit it. No matter if it's how good it is, they're going to discredit it. Now let's go to the far right. And you look at Fox News, and you can see the shameful propaganda that they do now is ridiculous. They were once leaning far right. This time they're to the extreme alt-right. So it doesn't matter what a Democrat does. They're going to say it's terrible. Anything against the Republican value, they're going to say it's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. So they sucking Trump off. The stuff, the funny thing about Fox News and how hypocritical they are. The same things that people were saying that President Obama was going to do. Now, I'm not a great big fan of President Obama. I'm gonna get that out there. But I do respect the man. But the same thing they said President Obama was going to do, Trump is now doing it. And you know what? They crucified President Obama. They sit here with Trump, with Donald J. Trump, and they put him on a pedestal like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I say it's funny to me with Donald Trump why I can't stand this man. I hate this man. I really do hate this man because I think he's really taken America down, and he's not only he's divided this country, not for the betterment of the country. He's dividing the country for his own sake. You sit there in front of the world stage, in front of Vladimir Putin. You can't call him out. I see Donald J. Trump, the president, the leader of the free world, cower to Vladimir Putin. But yet, you will sit there and call NFL players sons of bitches for taking a knee when they're protesting police brutality. And especially against minorities. That story there within itself is not a new story. That stuff been going on even before I was even born. I still remember in the 80s, even in the 90s, when they called it, they act like police brutality is one of these anomalies that doesn't happen that often to minorities. It happens a lot. The difference is now people have cameras. But you want to call them sons of bitches because I don't want my people shot. I don't want to get shot over a traffic violation. It's amazing. I'm surprised, even though this tragedy of the shooting last week there over at Trader Joe's in California, that it was a black guy. One, that surprised me. Number two was the fact that they didn't kill him on sight. Because normally, when it comes to African Americans, they're shot on sight. Then we ask questions later. Do you see the mom falling out, fainting? Everybody want to protest and walk around and all this stuff. But when it comes to these white boys, I hate turning it into a racial thing, but this is what's out there. They seem to take it. Man, look at Dylan Roof. They went and bought this fool some damn Burger King. Some Burger King. What about the guy down at the Waffle House? I said President Trump, Donald J. I hate calling Donald J. Trump president. Screw that. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. The black man who saved those people down in that Waffle House when this crazy white dude came in and shot up these people in there when they was just trying to eat their breakfast. He didn't even want to acknowledge him. He didn't want to acknowledge him. But the cops took that guy in. They didn't shoot him. But a lot of these, it's amazing what Trump has done to turn the fear on in white America. They say their whole cause is, and they believe that the white man culture is dying. And it reminds me of a joke that Chris Rock said years ago, where Chris Rock was talking about, I think it was in the Bigger and Blacker, one of his early on stand-up comedy routines. Chris Rock is a very smart man. If y'all go back and listen to some of what Chris Rock was saying back in the 90s and it's happening now, I think this guy's a prophet, man, I'm telling you. But he said in one of his jokes, he said the white man was worried about, so if we're losing our culture, we can lose our culture. Chris Rock asked the question, if you're losing, then who's winning? That's the question I asked, like who's winning? But now what Trump has done, and most of these alt-right Republicans, the ones who are in power, they play on the people's fears. They put fears on minorities and people of a darker hue that have melanin in their skin. When you sit there and say, I'm not saying our borders shouldn't be secure, but when you have people trying to flee the poverty and also the murder, the sex trade, all the bad stuff in their country to come in for a better life, you don't want to let them in, but you will let the Europeans in. Some of those people are pedophiles, and you'll let them in, but you want to blame MS-13. You want to blame all them. I'm not saying MS-13 ain't a bad gang. Ain't part of that culture, so I don't know. But far as when it comes to committing terrorism in the United States or committing crimes, it's these alt-right white dudes. that are doing it. You ever notice, like, when they do this, the NRA always comes out and defends them because they know they're going to want to talk about gun control. I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm a defender of the Second Amendment, but there need to be some kind of regulation on guns. I don't see what the purpose is to have an AR-15. I really don't. Honestly, I don't see it. I don't understand it. I don't see it. You really use it for hunting. You're not going to war. So what you need with the AR-15? But hey, let him have it. But when Mr. Castillo lost his life up there in Minnesota, where was the NRA then? He was carrying a concealed weapon legally. This man lost his life because of some cop that was scared of a black man that was in fear of his life. The cop got away free. Cops always get off free. They may have a trial or two, but they're suspended with pay. Or he gets buried in the media. You never hear nothing from him again. But they play on these fears that everybody's here to take their jobs. They're here to take their jobs. Take the American jobs. This is the funny thing. This is how America's so screwed up and don't think. American people. See, the people in power know this stuff. Now, I'm not the brightest man in the world. I'm not the most intelligent guy in the world, but I could figure out 2 + 2 does equal 4. So, these people, they're talking about they coming in and taking all the jobs from Americans, hardworking Americans, jobs that Americans don't want. But you know who's doing the hiring? Who's doing the hiring? Do you ever ask the question, who's doing the hiring? You didn't ask that question, did you? Most people don't ask that. Excuse me. Most people don't ask that question. These corporations are doing the hiring. They're doing the hiring. The owners of these corporations set people in place to do the hiring. They get the cheapest labor that they can. In every job, the number one cost that every employer can control is labor. Out of all the other costs, they can control labor. They can't really control supply and demand. They can't really control the lights, the rents. All those usually are fixed stuff, but they can also change it in a moment's notice. But an owner of a company can always control labor. But see, the corporations are the ones who are hiring these illegal immigrants to do the jobs that Americans won't do. Why? You know why the Americans won't do it? Because it's not because Americans are lazy. That's hard work, and you don't want to pay them. You don't want to pay the American people to do a good job. You don't want to give them health care to do a good job. That's what the corporations don't want. They want the cheapest labor that they could get, which I understand. You want to maximize profits. But see, when you sit there and you demonize the people, so you get the people fighting the people who are above us, who control this stuff, to sit there and laugh. They sit there and laugh. They instigate it. They're instigators. They laugh at this because they know in the end they're going to win. Their profit margin is going to jump exponentially for while the people fight. And see, Trump has exploited that within his base. He's giving these people false hope. He's giving these people who believed in him hope that they're not going to lose their culture. And when I'm going to bring you back jobs, I'm going to get you more money. You won't have to live out of poverty anymore. But see, they don't realize it's a lie. Because Trump only cares about Trump. Trump, only thing he wants to do is be rich and stay rich and get his money back. Be extremely rich. He's jealous of his friends. He has to fake like he's rich. Now he's president. He's setting stuff in place where he can get his money back so he can run around with his rich friends. Because the people don't like Donald Trump. The rich people really don't like him. They just support him just because they know right now he's got enough of the country on his side to believe his bullcrap. And they know that he's going to do these tax breaks for them to make the money for them, to have more money, more profit. Meanwhile, the American people suffer. But yet, the funny thing about it, Republicans still support him. They still support him. The people still support this man. He's doing everything he can from cutting health care to still making it impossible for you to get a decent living wage. And people are still supporting this man. Now, I never did care that he won the election. I thought he was going to be a president like all the other presidents before him. But I never in my life would think this amount of corruption would be happening with Donald J. Trump. I never thought in my life I would ever see something like this in this presidency of the United States, which I was told was the greatest country in the world. I never thought I'd see this. This is by far has been the worst presidency that I've ever been a part of. And I've seen some bad stuff. I've seen how we got into the war in Iraq, which was off of false stuff. I believe 9/11 was an inside job. Yes, I said it. I believe 9/11 was an inside job. The fight over there in the Gulf War, that was a paid that helped the Saudi Arabians. I don't know why we was over in Iraq. You got the Iran Contra scandal in the 80s that helped bring drugs into black communities. That was brought in on government issued aircraft from the CIA, the FBI, and all those guys, the alphabet guys. We live in a corrupt time, but never nothing like this. This right now it's gotten to a point where it's gone too far. So honestly, I believe Donald Trump is in bed with Russia. I believe Donald Trump has laundered money for Russia. I believe Donald Trump was helped in the elections to win the electoral college by the Russians. I believe he's in the pocket of the Russians. I believe Donald Trump wants to be a dictator. He wants to be a king. Because he needs to be validated. He never earned any of his money. Everything was given to him, or he lied, cheated, stole and got from him. I can't even, even hustlers who may have been criminals all their lives. I respect them. I respect more drug dealers. I respect more real gangsters than I do Donald Trump because they had to put in work to get it. This guy just was a con man. Just a con man. That's all he is. It's nothing more or less to Donald J. Trump is the fact that he's just a con man. And somebody's going to have to take some. I don't want to say the wrong words to get in trouble. They're going to have to impeach this man. And I believe Donald Trump is going to go to jail in handcuffs. I really do. When they find out that he colluded with Russia, how much his hands are dirty behind all of this, I believe he's going to jail. I hope that he does go to jail because he has divided this country in ways I've never seen before. I mean, even I live in the South, and I know what it's like to live down here in the South. But even some of the people here in the South, some of my friends, well, I don't say friends, rednecks, they're a little bit more hostile now than what they used to be. And if you could believe that, they're more open about it now than what they used to be. Some of the stuff we had to figure it out on our own. Not all of them. Don't get me wrong. Not all of them. Not all of them. But I see it. And you can see it if you open your eyes, you'll see it too. So some of you guys may not see that or feel that because you live in let's say you live in Los Angeles, New York, or something like that. And that's a blue state for terms like this. This is a blue state, it's more liberal. But when you're down here in the deep South, in the red state down here, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But it's something I'm used to because I've seen it all my life. But this Donald Trump thing is ridiculous, man. It made me think of another joke by Martin Lawrence. I don't know if you remember Martin Lawrence. Back when he was on top of his game, he had this comedy set where he was wearing the all black leather. Excuse me, I gotta grab my drink. Got my water right here. All right, so I'll get my drink. So I remember when Martin had a comedy special, like I say, he wearing the black leather stuff. And part of his joke that made me think about Donald Trump, I was thinking about it today while I was sitting and thinking about what I was going to talk about today. And Donald Trump does what every man does when he's caught cheating. I remember Martin said, "Don't ever give up the lie. No matter if it's 20 years down the road, your girl says okay, don't you ever give up the lie." And that's what Donald Trump is doing right now to the American people. He's caught in all these lies from sleeping with all these women, which is funny though. They talk bad about Barack Obama and the First Lady Michelle Obama. This man has kids out of wedlock. He even say he would sleep with his daughter if it wasn't his daughter. all kinds of weird stuff. But he's sleeping with these playmates and all this other stuff with Stormy Daniels, the stripper, a playmate model, and he's getting caught out there doing it and paying them off to keep it quiet. Yet people still love him, but he's still saying he didn't do it. And although all the evidence is pointing to him, he's like, I ain't do it, and people are still believing him. I think people want to be fooled. People want to be fooled. It doesn't matter. It goes back to it doesn't matter who's right or wrong, long as my side is right. Identity politics has ruined America. It's ruining America. It is. It's got to be a better solution than this. And it's still, to me, the biggest thing is in this world, which has never stopped. It's always been a class warfare. It's always been a class warfare. From the beginning of time till now. Is this now? It's more, I hate to say it's sophisticated. I guess it's the bad word to use, but it seems more sophisticated. I can't think of another synonym for that. But it keeps the people like us and the masses divided. While the powers that be, they thrive and they survive and they live on. Got to make some kind of real change, people. We as a people, especially of the United States of America, we have to make some kind of change. Because if not, it's going to get worse. You've seen that movie Hunger Games. We are actually going to end up being in the Hunger Games. Hunger Games is no longer going to be a work of fiction. It's going to be real life. It's going to be just like The Matrix. It's going to be real life. I'm not talking about the science fiction stuff. I'm telling you. It's going to be real life. We headed there. We are headed there. But my thing is, I want to get Trump out of office. I want Trump impeached before he does some stuff to really destroy America. But if he does that, we ain't got nobody to blame but ourselves. Ourselves as a people, as a people. Because all he's doing is selling hope. He's a con man. People, you got to realize if you supported Trump, you got to understand this man is a con man. He's going to always tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you to fear dark-skinned people, fear minorities. He's going to tell you to fear them. I'm the only one that can save you. I'm the only one that can save us. Everything before me was terrible. I got the greatest. I got the biggest. I got the biggest hands. I got the biggest hands. I got the biggest hands. Everything I do is the greatest. I've been preparing all my life. I could do this. I am Donald J. Trump. Guy never really accomplished nothing in his life other than being a con man. If you go look at his history, he failed at a lot of stuff. And if it wasn't for his father, where would you think he would be? It's amazing what money can do for you. So anyway, that was my commentary on Donald J. Trump. If you enjoyed it, appreciate it. I would love to get your feedback. I really would. I really would. Really would like to get your feedback, but I know most of y'all scared to talk about it anyway, because God knows I'm only on here for video games. Speaking of video games, we're gonna transition into one of my favorite guys, DSP Gaming, better known as DarkSydePhil. DarkSydePhil. Excuse me 1 second. Let me get some more drink. Man, that's some good water. Sorry about that. Got a mouthful of ice. So anyway, DarkSydePhil. Where do I begin with DarkSydePhil? Now, I watch a lot of videos from DarkSydePhil. Not because I'm a fan of DarkSydePhil. Mostly I'm watching videos who are detractors of DarkSydePhil. Now, I purposely try to give DarkSydePhil the benefit of the doubt that maybe he's misunderstood. So I actually went to his channel and watched this stuff a month or two ago. So DarkSydePhil has to be either the worst gamer in the world or the most pathetic human being I've ever seen in my life. I don't like this guy because nothing his fault. Nothing. I did everything correct. I did everything correct. I didn't do anything wrong. That's what he does, and people still support this man. You say, well, Bean, you're not really giving us great examples. I said, listen, he's been dropped from Curse. This is his latest MCN, his multi-network something, whatever it was. When you get a partnership like that with YouTube and stuff, you can make money off of that with your ads and stuff. He just got dropped by Curse Network. He was dropped by Machinima a couple of years ago. Not to go too far into detail, a couple of years ago, this guy here, which I don't understand why Twitch even have him on there, why YouTube still keeps him on there, on their platform. He was jerking off, well, masturbating. He was masturbating live on stream. He's like, oh, the camera's on. I didn't know. Like, you got caught masturbating on a live stream. That's going out to kids. No, I mean, there's some adults watching live streaming. Okay, I'm an adult. I don't watch live streaming videos. But that's going out to kids. But, Machinima dropped in. He was with Curse just as of recently, as of last week before they dropped him. He's still making money off of YouTube before they locked up his channel because of some AdSense crap. And he's still on Twitch, still earning money on Twitch, and people are still giving this man money. When people tell him he does the most minimum amount of editing or anything on his channel to make his channel better, yet he complains about how YouTube sucks. And that's just a general term when I said about YouTube. He truly complains about YouTube and how they just don't pay him enough money, and he hates YouTube. But when YouTube banned him, he's like, "Oh my God, I really need the YouTube money," and blah blah blah. But you will spend hours upon hours talking bad about YouTube. But when YouTube take the money away, oh my God, I really need YouTube, guys. You just don't know, guys. So then he goes to Twitch. He talked bad about Twitch before he got on the Twitch. Now he's on Twitch. He's begging for money. And every time you look up, it's always some kind of catastrophe that's happened in his life for him to beg for money to scam people. Either it's for his taxes, or he's going to lose his house or something like that. Now he's begging for money again. He's e-begging. I ain't knocking people for e-begging like that. I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to flip it up so I don't be a hypocrite about this. Because I'm telling you, y'all gonna send me money. I'm gonna take it. I ain't gonna front. I ain't mad at him for not taking the money. I just don't understand why people support it. That's what I don't get. I don't understand why people support this man. This man actually said, he's a 36-year-old man, said he can't go to work. My grandmother. Now, if you know me, you know my story of how I've been getting along, going through this dialysis, and I go to treatment every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on my off days, I go to work. I'm still working. You trying to tell me he can't go to work? He's younger than I am. He's 36 years old, but he said he can't go to work. He hurt his back. He's a liar. He doesn't want to work. My grandmother said he's a shitting ass man. It's a damn shame when a grown, able-bodied man don't want to go to work. I don't know who want to be friends with. Why would a woman even sleep with you? That's why I don't understand. That's the thing I don't understand about sometimes about these women. You will sleep with a man that don't want to do. I know he's bringing in money because that's how he's getting his loot, but this man don't even do nothing. He's a lazy ass bum. He's a bum. He doesn't even, not even, I can see if he tried to work and couldn't do it, but he doesn't want to. And why should he? He shouldn't want to work because you clowns, I hate calling you clowns, you people who support DSP, stop giving him money. Stop giving this man money. Yes, I'm hating on you. You can call it hating on you want to, but he gives you crap. He gives you excuses. He gives you all this kind of BS. He's lower to me than Crap Gamer. And Crap Gamer just does this stuff for propaganda. That's why I don't like Crap Gamer. But at least Crap Gamer, although he may use the same clips for videos when he's talking about Xbox, but at least there might be some gameplay videos might be his, and he's actually playing them. He's actually putting effort in and putting in 4 and 5 videos a day and actually editing and talking over the videos. At least he's doing that. But this dude, DSP, is not doing anything. He's live streaming, got a camera in front of his face. Wow. I can do that. My channel is a lowly channel, and I can do that. That's the minimal stuff I do. I know I would have to do more to get more subs. And God knows, let him tell you, I've been a content creator for 10 years. 10 years, buddy. Yes, I finished 4th place at Street Fighter, which asterisk, which none of the top players even played because it was a broken version of the game. Oh, but I finished in fourth place. I can't. But then when people bring it up, well, you can't live in the past. You can't live in. Well, why are you living in the past? Huh? How DSP? Why are you living in the past? But I don't understand why people support this guy. I really don't. I guess it's not for me to know anyway. It's not for me to know. But this guy, he's a terrible gamer. I can't believe he's this bad at games, playing video games. I know I struggle with video games from time to time, and I rage and I do all that stuff like everybody else. But it's almost like every game he's bad. Then he gets up there and he trashed these video games. He trashed every game he plays. The development was stupid. The whoever made the game was stupid. This was just so stupid. Everything's stupid, right? Every game has flaws. But as a gamer, you figure it out, you overcome it. You still may be frustrated. Like I'm getting frustrated with playing Neo. There's some things in Neo I get frustrated with. But you know what? It's part of the game. You play it, you overcome it. But it's amazing how he wants to say this is a job and this is what he does. Again, if the video game industry did like Nintendo, or did better yet, like the music industry, and say, hey, yo, you can't play my video game live stream or otherwise, unless we give you written permission to do so. Most YouTubers will be out of a business, out of a job. So he's playing a video game, shitting on the developers about how they made said video game. Even though video game may be older, you're playing somebody else's work. You're playing what somebody else created. That's what you're doing. You're playing that. You should be grateful that they're not saying, hey, yo, the money you making on that now, I'm going to demonetize your video. Don't you play my video game anymore. If you do this, I will sue you. Because this is not meant. You don't have the license to play this game over live broadcast or otherwise, or even put videos up. The video game industry can do that. If they were to do that, it would wipe everything. It would wipe Twitch out, it would wipe a whole bunch of industries out if they were deciding to do that. Again, that IP is not something that DSP made. He didn't make that. That was somebody else's idea. And like I said, all games aren't perfect. There's some games that are straight trash, and I get it. You should criticize them. There's some games that are brilliant. But when you make a mistake in a game, it's not always the game's fault. It's your fault. It's that person's fault. But it is what it is. But he's so full of himself. So full of himself. So I support like the Golden Triangle, Almighty Tevin. Oh man, Snort Brunel. I think it's a Vault guy, wherever the dude is. I support those guys when they make these detractive videos when it comes to DSP because I like watching them because he's an asshole. And I can't wait to actually kick him off of Twitch. I can't wait to kick him off of Twitch. Because I want to see him beg and grovel. I want to see this clown. I want to see him fail. Yeah, I said it. I want to see DarkSydePhil fail. Because I think he's an ungrateful bastard. He's an ungrateful, lazy bastard. And I want to see him fail. Yes, I'm hating. You can tell me, say, Bean, why are you hating on him? Well, I'm hating on him because he's an ungrateful bastard. I don't like ungrateful people. I don't like ungrateful people. I used to be an ungrateful person until my grandma taught me the value of being grateful because people don't have to do anything for you. Instead of really sitting there embracing their supporters, you still talk trash to them if they ask them a critical question or come with a critique. Of course, I guess I would too. I don't know. I ain't been in the game for 10 years. You know what I mean? But he's an ungrateful brat. And I don't like him. I don't like that he's successful being an asshole. I don't like assholes who are successful. Case in point, Donald J. Trump should not be the president of the United States of America. Sorry, I'm not going to go back to that. I know I talked ad nauseum about that. Those type of people I don't like. What TP had that song? The type of I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like when I see pretty girls with piece of crap boyfriends. I don't like that. Especially they ain't working, they ain't doing nothing. They look like crap, but you got this banging chick. And I can't get her because she's in love with you because you are irresponsible. For whatever reason, if you're irresponsible, don't want to work, a lot of women want to take care of a dude. Explain that one to me. I still have not figured that out yet. My cousin, I love my cousin. My little cousin Mike was the master at that. Mike ain't never keep a job. He kept his pockets fat though because he was getting these girls money, and these girls would work hard. Go ahead, man, pimping, pimping. I know a lot of, if you're a female, you watch them, I know he's like, well, I'm a high sedity type chick, and that won't happen to me. I've seen high sedity chicks do it. You know, I know they did it because I've done it to a female. I had a female taking care of me. She made way more money than I made. Just want to see that do it. I don't know why y'all women do that mess, man. Y'all women be doing that. Maybe the D good. Maybe it's a little bit explicit, but hey, oh well, we're adults. Don't understand that, man. Some things I would never understand, man. I worked with somebody years ago, beautiful girl, sweetest girl you could ever meet in your whole life. Dated this dude. She got 3 kids, well, 2 kids from him. And for the life of me, I still don't see what she's seeing. Nowhere near the standards of what she's very pretty. He oh my God, he leveled up. She leveled down. Let's put it that way. He took her through hell for stealing her money, stealing her mother's money, but she still made babies with him. And she's still with him to this day. Don't understand it. Don't understand it. So I actually forgot what the third topic was. Oh, video game culture. I'm gonna just touch on that just for a little bit. I forgot about it, honestly. So I got on my little tirade. I didn't realize I've been talking for almost an hour here. It's good. It's good. It's your boy King Bean. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, your boy King Bean be doing it. So I've been watching Chris Cuomo right now. But anyway, video game culture. I really don't want to talk about video games. I really, but I guess this is in the topic is there. Now, as of late, I unsubscribed to my man Next Gen 720. And the reason why I did that, it's not because I don't like him. I think he actually does a pretty entertaining program. I actually think he does. I think it's pretty funny, despite if he lies or not. But it's every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day, a couple of hours a day. They're talking about video games, talking about Microsoft and PlayStation, Microsoft and PlayStation. Microsoft, PlayStation, Democrats, Republicans, Microsoft, PlayStation, Democrat, Republicans, Microsoft, PlayStation, Democrat, Republicans, Microsoft, PlayStation, Democrat, Republicans. I guess not, y'all don't see this stuff. I see it as internet culture is coming out to the mainstream, and it's with identity politics. It all falls in the same thing. The way people act when it comes to Xbox versus PlayStation, the same way people act between Democrats and Republicans. As you know, I'm a PlayStation guy. I think PlayStation is the best console this generation. Best games are on them. I think the Xbox is the best technical console of the generation, the Xbox One X. But they don't have anything I want to play on it. So that's how I fall. But you got these camps from, it doesn't matter if it's Pyro, what's his name? Pyro, I think his name Pyro, or Crack Gamer. I wish those two would do a podcast together. That would be interesting. I would like to see Pyro and Crack Gamer do one podcast together. I think that would be something for some entertainment TV, 1-on-1. But get tired of talking about video games, man. The culture of video gaming is just full of propaganda and lies. It's all more. Again, it goes back to being Republicans versus Democrats. It's not about who's right. It's about as long as I'm right. No matter how many lies I have to tell and have to get you to believe in what I believe in, as long as I'm right. No matter if it is right, as long as I'm right. But it's spilling over into the mainstream. I don't know if we can come back from this. And now I look up now. You know, most people who have PlayStation, I mean, they're pretty happy with it like I am. I think most people who have Xbox are happy with it like I am. But again, you're getting up here with when I look at people like Crap Gamer and Tim Dog, and these guys, they're gonna start, and Kid Smooth too. Kid Smooth is in that goddamn group. He's not as bad as them, but he's just there. They're gonna start hyping the Xbox Scarlet, the next generation Xbox. You know that's coming. They're going to sit here and tell lies about what it's going to have and what it's going to do and how it's going to destroy PlayStation. It's the same argument, same thing over and over again. You got people like Colt Eastwood, that bitch nigga. That's a bitch motherfucker. That he's a good dude. He's good as far as making videos, but he's a bitch. Colt Eastwood is a straight up bitch. He's not a man. He's a bitch. But they're gonna hype it up and bend the narrative to whatever they want for whatever suits them. I don't think we're ever going to go back to a place where it was just fun, just saying, hey, Sega was better than Nintendo and Nintendo was better than Sega. And the reason why I went all the way back there, it was fanboys, but it wasn't this bad. It wasn't like this when I was growing up. But I had mostly all the consoles, so it didn't bother me. I liked whatever I liked. Whatever I thought was better is what I liked. But in the fanboy race, it's always going to be Xbox versus PlayStation, no matter what. Said fanboys are so hypocritical. It gets to the point of like Near Automata. Now I got in the game, I didn't like it that much, but when it was on only on PlayStation, Xbox fanboys hated it. Now they love it. You know, just like when PlayStation fanboys was talking about Microsoft with all these goddamn thing consoles, they buy them. Now Spider-Man is sold out. We're all hypocrites. All of us. We're all hypocrites. All of us are hypocrites to a certain degree. But the thing is knowing where to draw the line. Knowing where to draw the line. And know how to keep a level head. Because in the end, and I will state it again, these corporations don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about me. All they care about is getting money. Get money. You could be as good as the rest of them or as bad as the worst, but you don't hate me. Get money. Better move over. Get money. Y'all know that about that Get Money remix, Biggie? But these corporations don't give a damn about the people, man. They just care about their pockets, and their pockets getting fatter. Till you people wake up and realize that they're going to continue to divide the fan base, and they're going to continue to monetize and get rich off of our blood, sweat, and tears for something that we love. We'll never get anything changed in the industry unless we actually band together. But it's not going to happen. Not when you have fake console wars going on and always talking about console wars and rumors of something having something and something don't having something. Get divided in these camps, man. They know how to do it. So anyway, enough of me yammering on. I think I talked long enough. And I'm going to try to be back next week, God willing, so I can enjoy it. So again, I like to send my appreciation out to anybody watching this on the rebroadcast. I know you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend it with me, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to give y'all a round of applause. If it'll work, I guess. Oh, if I turn the volume up. I guess I need to buy this out so I don't get those stupid advertising. Here we go. Let's do it again. Sorry about that. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend it with me, and I really appreciate that. So I'll give you a round of applause. I guess you said B, that's doo-doo, so we had to flush it. Oh man, doo-doo Brown. What? Doo-doo Brown. Oh, you don't know nothing about that Uncle Luke. You don't know nothing about that Uncle Luke and the 2 Live crew. But anyway, it's your boy King Bean. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, especially if you listen this far, you ain't subbed to the channel yet, what in the world are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash that sub button. Smash it. Go ahead and become part of King Bean's round table. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. King Bean's round table. Be a knight in King Bean's army. That's what I'm talking about. Also, hit that like button, hit that share button. Get the word out to everybody. Send a shout out to Hard 8 times for me. Yeah, I stole your style, Hard 8. I bit your style, Hard 8 times. What you gonna do about it, huh? What you gonna do about it? The truth for you too. No, I'm just Hard 8. I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm just messing with you, man. I appreciate what Hard 8 has done, though, for real. He has changed the video game culture and flipped it on his head by his new format. What he's done with Any Given Sunday. Go watch the Any Given Sunday podcast. Go sub to his channel. He put some quality content out there. He's actually been a lot better than what I thought he was going to be. So shout out to Hard 8 times. So anyway, I'm finna get on out of here. Finish drinking my water, my agua. Shower up and get ready for tomorrow. So in the meantime, you guys, y'all be good. Take care of one another. And it's your boy King Bean. And I'll holler at you dudes later, man. One love. Peace.